Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. You know, I get asked a lot about why I'm a Democrat, and to be clear, I'm not. I'm an independent with a problem. My problem is there's only one party actually trying. I mean, they aren't perfect, but damn, they are trying. You know, they seem to vote for Americans, not American Airlines. They want to build a better union, not kill unions. They want you to make more money and vote for that, while the party of chaos and disorder votes against you and your future. You know, it's stunning to me what it takes to be a Republican in America today. You know, I used to be one. Yeah, no shit. However, my father taught me how to think.
I am not changing my mind about this.
By hitting me in the back of the head and asking me, "The hell are you thinking?" So, I've been thinking. I've decided to look at the facts and the numbers. And I made my political decision based on the truth, because I want to do what's best for me, my family, and my country. And I don't want to get hit in the back of the head anymore.
You're dead to me.
Stop yelling, Dad!
You're screwing it up right now. You should have been fetal research.
To be clear, people, I'm not afraid of LGBTQEIEIO or immigrants or teaching history or pronouns or Antifa or Hunter Biden and his crack hooker army. I am afraid of politicians trying to scare me with all of the above bullshit, trying to get me worried about things and people that won't affect my life in any way, shape, or form. The Republican Party is bereft of John McCain's anymore. There are no more Dwight D. Eisenhowers. Hell, they don't even have an H.W. Bush. The Republicans just have this crazy bunch of limp, hypocritical whiners who blame everyone but themselves. How did the GOP get there? Well, it was a long slog that peaked with this slug.
We're going to walk down
now
to the Capitol.
Today, any crazy dipshit, moron, illiterate, backwoods, corrupt, criminal liar can run for Congress. And the GOP is just fine with it. This is George Santos, who won a House seat out of New York. This dude has lied about everything. His school, his job. A year ago, he was broke. Now he's worth $3.5 million. He loaned himself $700,000 for his own campaign. You know, when he was 19, Santos forged checks. While running for Congress, he said his mother died because of 9/11. She died in 2016. He said his grandparents were Holocaust survivors, but they were born in Brazil, which is a great place to survive the Holocaust. So a lot of Nazis actually did it. He claimed he was Jewish and isn't. And he had divorced a woman just weeks before launching his 2020 political campaign, even though he later claimed he was gay. He did come out, after all this was brought to light, and said he embellished his resume. No, Mr. Santos, you lied. You fucking lied. In every speech, in every interview, you lied. At least tell the truth about your lying. So this is why I'm a Democrat, currently. Because of people like Green, Gates, Boebert, Biggs, Herschel, Jordan, Cruz, Paul, Santos, and every other Republican mental patient with narcissistic personality disorder, zero policy ideas, and even less education who thinks they shouldn't run anything more than a fucking drive-thru at Wendy's. When you can put up this clown car of dipshits election after election, you're gonna lose again and again, because at one point, even conservatives can't vote for douchebags like these. Unless these douchebags run for president, and then all bets are off!
Don't look at it. Shut your eyes and don't look at it no matter what happens.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Man, I gotta take blood pressure. Aren't we all tired of talking about this? Well, hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. How are you today? With me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray. And the fuzzy Highlander.
There could be only one.
Yeah. What's up, man?
What's up, guys?
You should put that camera in on you, zoom you a little bit so you match us a little bit.
That camera is way up there on the TV.
So you'll do it. Okay. Oh, you're on the TV. All right, got it. So both of us are on the TV right now? That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we're using technology to do the podcast.
I can see both of you.
We're worldwide. Well, at least Colorado. So we are doing the podcast. I don't even know what's going on in the news right now.
Yeah, well, today the news coverage of the 5 Memphis officers that beat a man, Tyree, to death. All 5 officers are black, and so
they very quickly got arrested, and they were shot in the back by other police officers. Is that true?
yeah, I didn't get that. Like you said, I'm starting to really have police accountability. It's the whole news cycle today, and they were all charged with second-degree murder today and kidnapping and some other things. Yeah. And I thought, well, we're finally, holding cops accountable for hurting black men, and then you said, but they're being held accountable.
Yeah, the white cops don't get it. Yeah, the white cops.
See, we would have heard, suspended with pay.
Right.
So wait, I'm just catching up to this, what you guys are saying. So the black officers are getting penalized.
They basically killed a black guy, basically beat him to death.
Right.
Did they shoot him?
They beat him to death.
Beat him to death.
Hunted him down.
They hunted him down, beat him to death. There's video of it. It's 5 black officers, and they all got arrested and charged. And as I pointed out to Ray, I was like, it's really weird. When a bunch of white guys do it, it takes 19 months. We actually burn down half the country with protests.
Yep.
And then finally, they go away. These guys, that day.
Were those officers pulled over for like a taillight or something made up? And then
that's how they got
it was a traffic stop.
Step out of the car. I'm going for my wallet. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, they could have just about it, but at least they didn't shoot him, the black officers.
Okay, there was that. So Ken, what's going on in Combustion Studios world right now?
Let's see. The weather's nice, so that's good.
Good. So we're basically drying out California right now.
Yep.
We are currently, by the way, people. We are in Denver at the Comedy Works, and we are. And by the way, can we talk a little bit about last night? So Little Miss over here did her. The little woman went up and did her show, A Beauty for Ashes. First time she's done the whole thing since Scotland. Dude, blew the roof off. She added a bunch of jokes that she didn't even tell me she was doing. And she needs my permission to write new jokes.
The little lady does.
Right?
So now we're searching for the magic frequency. And we start with 100 hertz, and we look through the microscope to see if anything's happening. We watch for 5 minutes. Nothing happens. We try hundreds and hundreds of frequencies, if not thousands, until we find the magic combination. Because we believe there just had to be a better way. There had to be a better way. And we...
You get it straight. You get it straight. Wait, last night was the first time you did it since Scotland?
Mm-hmm.
The full, no. I
full show.
I did San Diego. Mic drop. No, they're awesome club. But I rewrote stuff, and last night I was with all the rewrites, so I was very worried, but I wanted to do it without looking at notes or at my computer.
Yeah.
And so what better place to try it than our favorite club?
We get a little,
and it was awesome. I felt like I was flying.
Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't just she pulled it off. It was like I read audiences, and I've been around them forever. There was a moment where like 6 people on this side stood up. You were this close to standing up. That's how good it was.
I also though run. As soon as I say thank you, good night, I run.
Yeah, she doesn't take the bow. You gotta take the bow. You gotta do the move. Here, ready? Here's the move. Ready? Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You have to signal them.
They don't know if it's okay. Yes. Yeah. Well, not that. That's a little too far.
Up. You up.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. And then they go, we're standing up.
Yeah.
Not cheating if you're as good as I am at this.
Stand up.
That's what you learn at the 10th year is how to rise, get the standing O.
Yeah, that's this. Yeah, black belt level coaching now.
Yeah.
She needs a black belt level coaching. She'll do it next time.
Do you know March? I have a lot of like big milestones, good and bad, coming up. But March, I have to look and see. The 7th or 8th, I think, is 13 years. So it's the first time I got on stage to do comedy.
Wow. Huh.
At that comedy competition.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Wow.
like we were talking about last week, doesn't that also feel like 5 years? 2 years? 3 years? It doesn't feel like 13, though, right? Or does it feel like 30 years?
Oh, God, no. This feels like 15.
Right.
This is different. It's really dragged out.
No, she's just, I don't understand this. Can we talk about positivity lately? You guys, everyone knows
Titus. Come on,
I'm off Twitter now, so I'm a different guy now.
Right.
So, I've been really conscious. Jet was saying that we were training martial arts, and he was throwing his roundhouse kicks, and he was going, "Oh man, I suck," and I my left leg sucks, and I just stopped him. I'm like, "You do 10 push-ups." Well, I go, "I'm not gonna hear you taking yourself down." Yeah, you will. but negativity, man, it's really weird how someone pointed out that your brain is a computer, and your brain is a computer. It's the supercomputer, and it doesn't
Some of us.
Okay. My RAM is down. Yeah. Okay, I'm running the Mac Classic. I'm fine with.
We got a lot of Pong and Commodore 64s out there.
That goes in my head all the time. Boop.
Just those slow tape machines of IBM.
That's if you went into my brain on the plane when I'm just sitting there staring, that's what my brain sounds like.
It's just a big room of one button.
But they said that everything that your brain hears, it ingests.
Yeah.
So if you say, "I suck, I'm horrible, I'm a loser," your brain goes, "All right." If you say, "I'm getting a new television show," I'm a great writer, I'm a brilliant comedian.
Yeah.
I'm a movie producer, Ken. If you start saying that kind of stuff, your brain like, all right. And the cool thing that I've learned over the years is that your brain has this mechanism. Remember, I always say, put it in the brain, it'll solve it. Sometimes I'll be missing like a joke. There's something in one of my shows where I'm like, God, I need a bit for this.
Yeah.
And I'll go, I need a joke about this. And I make sure I tell my brain that. And what ends up happening is about 2 days later, something will pop in my head.
Yeah.
Your brain is going to another compartment because I obviously don't use all of my brain.
It's not a heart monitor.
And so it actually takes some time and it solves the problem. I mean, don't you notice that with music?
Yeah, it's like you can basically like rewrite your own code, really, because it is just like a computer.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And so many people, and it's weird. Until I heard this guy talk about it, and I started listening to everybody in my life, I realized that we are really negative all the time.
And you do that. I think you do that naturally when you dream, like when you sleep. Your brain goes into solution mode of like anything you've been going through that day or troubles or something, and it kind of tries to figure it out.
But I've done that with the whole show, though.
This was early on in comedy. I think I've told this before, but it was like the joke about my dad's circumcision, that whole bit. And because my dad got circumcised at age 69, and I couldn't find the punchline. I tried so many things. And
you had some parameters. You don't want to do a dick joke.
Yeah.
You really didn't want to write a shitty dick joke.
Yeah. And I went to sleep and I dreamt I was doing that bit on stage, and I did the punchline in the dream.
The GMC AT4 lineup, premium and capable. Step up to GMC with 2.9% APR for $5.
And that became, it was the weirdest thing. I woke up like, holy shit, I have to write this down.
That's crazy. But I've done the whole thing where I said I need a new show idea. Like when I get to the end of somebody's at our house. When I get to the end of a new show and we're about to film it, I start going, I need a new show idea.
Right.
And what happens is that about 3 days later, it pops in my head. The script I'm running, Drawdown, I needed to find out how to make the heist work. Remember I told you about So I'm like, I had no idea. I've seen so many shitty heist movies, right? We've all seen them, where you know damn well that could never happen.
Yeah.
So I want it to be believable. So I did some research on it. So I just put it in my head, and all of a sudden it comes up, and then I had to do research on what it worked, and it works.
Yeah.
Like the heist is going to be very real now in this movie script. So so don't people just do me a favor, stop being negative. Listen. You can tear yourself down, but why? There's other people that are fucking going to do it all the time. And that's why I'm off Twitter.
That's what is...
Don't tear yourself up. There's too many people that'll do it for you.
Yeah. That's what's doubly terrifying about AI, is that if we're going to offload some of the creative work that we do onto, to these algorithms, then we're going to have no practice and no training on how to solve issues for ourselves. So,
did you see some of the art that's coming out of that chat AI thing?
Oh, you know what? You know what's interesting? How it works is that it scans existing images, right, that are copywritten, and then it basically makes a near duplicate of it. And there's a legal issue with all these whatever, Chat DALL-E and all these other ones, that the whole system is copyright infringement. Like it's like some of the artwork's like, oh, that's based on like Starry Night meets, you know, the Mona Lisa. Like, yeah, that's fucking Starry Night and the Mona Lisa. Like, you know, I mean, those are public domain probably now, but
you know, dude, I saw a couple of things that I thought were that looked like superhero art that I've seen before, but it was just different enough. Copyright's only got to change 30% though, right? Because wouldn't me be in trouble for all the stuff we've done on the Armageddon?
No, because what we do is
protected under free speech because it's
fair use because it's transformative.
Fair use and parody. Yes,
it's commentating. Yes. It's parody, and we alter them so much, like on purpose, like hard changes.
But don't you think though? But I just think so. Like you just said, this is an interesting thing. So our brain can do it anyway. We're not going to be able to do it if we let this AI stuff work. Some people are going to use it.
Or it's ripping off other people's art and it's free.
Yep.
Speaking of that, everybody put my special Alpha Chick. I'm doing a completely different one now. Put Alpha Chick, which is on Tubi and Amazon and Google Play and everywhere, on mute in the background every day while you're working, and just let it play over and over.
Click the like button on Tubi. I did that yesterday.
But to let it play.
By the way, I was watching the special. I said, guys, if you haven't seen Alpha Chick, go watch it. So funny, so well done. Zero side effects. We do good work, kids. Do you know that? We do good work.
Yeah, we do. Come on,
yeah,
people.
No, but I've seen a couple of specials, and there's a couple of specials I was like, huh. I sat here because I'm editing clips together for the business, and I watched the entire Armageddon.
Yeah.
And I'm really good.
He was the show. He was sitting in the living room here laughing, and then I would walk by, hear a joke, laugh. Then we would do the joke to each other and laugh. He was killing us yesterday.
Who is this guy? You're a big fan.
You know, it's like it's weird. Like, does every one of your songs come on, Ken? And you're like, oh shit, that was good.
Yeah, I make music that I want to hear. So
right,
you know, when I play it back, I'm like, I like this. I'm not weird about hearing my voice or something on there. I like it.
Can you bring up anything on brain on like negative thoughts in your brain? Can you bring up anything like that? I think it's kind of a cool subject.
Mention that
I might remember getting updated on
each former president is clearly agitated because, so you know, the grand jury, they closed in Fulton County after having been convened for a very long time.
So when they closed, they finished their investigation.
And this was the election fraud stuff in Fulton County with the DA, Fani Willis. And the grand jury wanted to release the records, and the judge heard arguments about it, and the DA, Fani Willis, actually said she does not want them released because she wants to protect her witnesses because she has several imminent indictments.
She said 12 to 13 indictments are coming down the pike. That's
shit.
The state. That's the Georgia.
Shit. That's a lot. Holy shit. I think this is the moment where he, not to... Actually, yeah. I think it's been long enough. When keeping it real goes wrong, right here. Yep. Intimidation. No. Still talking. That pawn right there, right behind the bishop, thinks that changes something. Like, let's reminder. He jumped his bishop all the way to my side of the board to directly threaten the queen. To which I respond. And he thinks the pawn is going to change everything. I'm like, oh yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good now. No. Dude, no. Prime example, don't pull it out if you're not going to use it. Dude. He should have just taken the bishop right there. No. Yeah. That cluster right there, I think that based him off for the rest of the match. They were not having it from there.
Good one, right? That's the Georgia.
That's the Georgia one that couldn't be pardoned by.
So when the person, so they basically convened this grand jury. The grand jury worked for all these months, right? They basically have said that, yeah, we've got enough here to convict 13 or 14 people. The court was going to release a transcript, and the person who was trying to indict these people said, don't do that. So Trump flipped the fuck out, because if she doesn't want it released, that means they can't get ready for anything.
He's all capsing on Truth. And here's my favorite part of one of the many. Of course, perfect call, all caps. But he says, I was protesting a rigged and stolen election, which evidence proves it was. I won Georgia by a lot, but only needed a small number of votes from that total number.
He won by a lot and needed a small number of votes to win. Does he even, you know?
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. Inside, outside, big or small, Angie helps you find the...
What do you mean? If you...
I hope he should start using AI. Just put all just start going stolen election. You know how many votes, and then see what they come up with. Because it seems he's a moron. He's such a moron. At this point, we've had 60-something court cases. We've had 3 years. We've had the cyber ninjas. We've had basically Republicans admitting that the election was safe, and he's still doing it. At what point do we just arrest the dude? Can you arrest the dude? If we don't arrest him, we're going to be fucked.
Listen, we haven't even been on to talk about this, but the former CIA...
Oh my God.
Whose job it was to investigate he was overseeing the Russia collusion investigation in 2016, who said there was nothing there. He's now been arrested for being on Oleg Deripaska's payroll. He's been paid $2.5 million almost a year by Oleg Deripaska.
He was getting $175,000 a month, and he basically was in the New York bureau, right?
Yeah.
They're starting
espionage. No, this is a different one. That's a different one. Sorry. Let's see what this guy was charged with. Because they were saying the other day he had not yet been charged with espionage. Charles McGonigal, is that?
Yeah. Sounds like a cartoon character. Sounds like the guy that the Scooby-Doo.
He's got glasses for sure. Yeah.
It's Mr. McGonagall. You damn kids.
Back in New York and DC, he was taking.
Oh wow.
5,000. He took 175,000 a month from Oleg Deripaska, and he took 225,000 from an Albanian intelligence officer. Sorry, he was not CIA. He was FBI.
Yeah, right, the bureau.
Which I should have remembered, because I was thinking, well, this goes with and contradicts what the righties have been saying, that the FBI is corrupt. Well, yeah.
Yeah, they were. They knew.
Yeah,
they just got it out there first.
On your side, they're corrupt to protect you and your president. So he said there was no there for 2016. Hillary Clinton should file her own lawsuits.
Wow.
It was taken. So
it's in charge of FBI Counterintelligence Division in New York from 2016 to 2018. The indictment was unsealed this Monday, where they said that he was working in conjunction with Soviet diplomat on behalf of Oleg Deripaska.
Okay, so listen, the disease of Trump, and it's a disease. The disease of Trump has done something to our country that I find unimaginable.
Yep.
People that swore to God they were good Americans, that said they backed the Constitution up, that took the oath to protect and serve this country, are fucking, like, this has happened how many times? When do we get back to some basic level of honesty, morality, and humanity? Because this guy, for money, really? You're going to sell out your entire country?
While he was an FBI agent.
While he was an FBI agent. And then and now this happened under Trump, right? He started in 16
to 18, so he was put in charge of overseeing that.
You know, it's weird. I was talking to someone about this recently, and, the reason I left Twitter was flat out because Elon Musk let Nazis back on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fucking not doing I have a level of morality or integrity where I'm like, I'm not doing that. And I don't quite understand how everybody can just do that. Did you think you weren't going to get caught?
Like,
You
so
work at the FBI.
what else?
Or is it just an example of how shitty the FBI is, that the guy in the FBI was like, no one's ever going to catch me. It's the FBI.
What else is there? Like, how much more crime can this guy do? Like, he's done every single thing.
Or inspired. Don't you think Trump's inspired? I think Trump has inspired, even if he's not directly, has inspired people to go, well, fuck it. He's the president. If he's not getting arrested, I'm going to go do this too.
Yeah. He brought racism back with a storm.
What about Santos? I mean, we're looking at these people.
That's what I mean. That's what Santos, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Ted Cruz.
Stories have come out that Marjorie Taylor Greene, the reason why her appearance has changed is because she's trying to come across as more dignified or mature. Because she's going to be Trump's running mate.
She thinks she's going to be Trump's VP.
Yeah.
They're already talking. Sources are saying.
I haven't been.
They're making it up.
How has her appearance changed? What has she done differently?
She actually had a. She had a toe added. She has four toes now. But that's what I mean, though. Santos is a perfect example. And then people say, I'm still a Republican. How are you still a Republican when you got this guy who's been busted in every fucking lie? Dude, did you hear the thing he said he was on the volleyball team and he had to have 2 knee replacements?
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that last week.
We talked about that, right? And then what was the other thing? Oh, then we have pictures of him in drag, going to a drag queen thing, and he says, that's not me. And then they put the picture up, and the computer was like, perfect match, 100%. And the guy keeps lying, and they won't do anything about it. Democrats have this thing where we will react and do the right thing. And even if it hurts us, Al Franken, perfect example.
Yeah.
Al Franken jacked people up in the Senate and in committees all the time. And they hated his guts because he didn't play. He's a comedian. He's really smart. They get that one picture that we found was set up.
Yeah.
Then the right just beats the shit out of it, and the Democrats go, okay, he's out. But the Republicans won't do that. We have the morality on one side. If you always go, oh man, it's both sides. No, it's actually not. There's one side that continues to have zero morality, zero integrity, and be criminals. And when are we going to change this? Or we're not. Or we're just going to go down and Trump's going to be president. Marjorie Taylor Greene is vice president. She's going to pose her own gazpacho police.
We really are. I mean, this has been a running joke for years now, but we really are going towards idiocracy. Like, it's really happening.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying for years. It was a democracy. But don't you notice it? Don't you notice people in the Karens out in the world, people lying about everything?
Yeah.
It's not politicians. It seems like the one thing you could always depend on in America, at least growing up, I felt anyway, especially after Vietnam, it had this thing like you do the right thing. So anyway, at the end of the day, my thing is that I'm just going to call people out on it, even in public. Quit being an asshole. No, but, well, this happened. Remember that one day, I told you guys that happened at CVS. I went to pick up a prescription, and the guy came in and he called the woman behind the counter, because it was his dog's medication. It wasn't even his medication. Yeah. And he's screaming. And there was a big line, and I just got out, and I was like, hey. And I get in his face, screaming as loud as I can scream. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to beat your ass in the store. And he goes, hey, my medication. I go, dude, the world is chaos right now. You're adding to it. Stop. Yeah. And then the kids took him out. But if we all did that in public and shamed the shit out of people, sure, some of us are going to get punched. So no, the FBI has seized. Check this out. Remember the FAA, the system went down. FAA has seized the computer infrastructure used by a notorious ransomware gang, which has extorted more than $100 million from hospitals, schools, and other victims around the world. They've had extraordinary success in the so-called Hive ransomware group's computer. They took it down. Christopher Wray said they took it down. So like those guys that maybe shut down the gas. Remember the gas pipeline got shut down? Yeah. And the FAA, they're not going to tell us. There's no way they're telling us the FAA got taken over. You know why? Because then there'll be an empty plane all the time. Really?
My dad pilot for 40-something years, and he called me yesterday. This bothered him so much, and then he sent me the article. But the FAA quietly, without announcing it, no press release, nothing, changed the heart health requirements for pilots.
They lowered it.
They lowered, significantly lowered it.
Because they can't get pilots.
And then finally had to make a statement about it when reporters picked up on it, like, whoa, wait, what?
Yikes.
And the people are saying that they're endangering.
They're also going to allow pirates with eye patches to also fly.
With hook hands to be flying.
If you look out the right side of the plane.
They didn't publish an explanation. They just did it. What they did was they altered the EKG test limit for pilots. It involves the PR interval that represents the time it takes for an electrical impulse to travel from one part of the heart to another, which is an obvious indicator of heart health and that your heart's working right. You're flying.
They also announced heart surgeons can have Parkinson's while they work on you. And just
exactly. Let's just take all the standards down a little bit. Yeah, we're coming after you, India. Because all the Indian doctors are way better.
And they can be blind.
Do you know what? It's crazy. We've been talking about this, and then I just saw an article about it that other people are noticing these heart incidents that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
People I am friends with on social media, asking for prayers. My wife, 51, just went into cardiac arrest. Then we had already been talking about it, then Lisa Marie.
Jen.
And then yesterday I found out one of my best friends' little brother, who was just at our show in Seattle.
47,
was having mild chest pains, went to the hospital and called his sister and his mom, and I'm fine. Feel fine, no big deal. And he flatlined.
Wow.
And passed away. It's like...
Holy shit.
But they said this. This is why... Okay, so they said this. COVID hit, right? They said that we're going to have, over the next 10 years, millions of people with health problems that will make it so they can't work and a lot will die. This is why... Remember China had the zero COVID policy?
Yeah.
Because China needs the workers because they make all the world's shit. So they locked it down so nobody could get COVID because they weren't worried about getting through the 10 days of the disease. They were worried about... or people dying. They were worried about we're going to lose our entire workforce in 10 years. Well, that's what's happening now to us. That's what I think.
I wonder if just the stress of the pandemic and the lockdown itself, like, had an effect on people with heart and like stress issues and high blood pressure and things like that. That now we're starting to see the fallout from even just the stress of it. Right? Doesn't that seem to make sense?
I caught up with so many Netflix series. I was not stressed. although
depression, people staying at home with
people were stressed. I had to stay locked down because Rachel would get up singing. She was walking around like Snow White. She loved lockdown.
I know, but I've heard that like people like went into like deep depressions about it and are stressed out and like panicky about it.
I didn't have to last minute cancel all my plans with friends. I just didn't have to make them. Sounded like summer. I can't come over COVID.
She didn't wake up and go, oh man, I agreed to this dinner 2 weeks ago and I don't want to do it.
Why? We got to still do comedy and create, but we got to do it from our clubhouse. It was amazing. I would be in the pool. It was awesome. Here we were making money.
Then I think my stress from the pandemic was us doing those shows.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, guys, we're getting ready a new one. We're going to do one in March.
Your stress during those shows was actually the result of mine and Highlander's stress. My end.
But again, I say I don't think the pandemic was that stressful. I think the most stressful thing was I was worried about death, maybe, up until I got the vaccine.
It will be a thing when we're older to tell people, younger people, about that. We were at the cabin watching the death toll rise on the screen. Do you remember that? Yeah. And just the sheer terror about this disease, and not knowing how to get it. We finally decided to go home. And I remember we got rubber gloves and wipes. If we had to pee, we were going to pull over. We were afraid to go in a gas station.
So it's like a NASA suit. I was like...
Yeah. Those first 2 weeks, that was like before they knew what it was and how to protect ourselves, and like everything was like right with the gloves and the sanitizer.
Top right corner the whole time, and we'd wake up and it would dribble. And then it would we were like, holy
We're still doing 800 people a day, guys. I mean, it's not over. You guys know that, right? They're just not talking about it.
Speaking about all of this,
right?
Negative thinking. According to Psychology Today, negative thoughts actually have a big impact on your brain function. It makes it harder for you to think logically, but the fear of failure that often comes with negativity slows down activity in your cerebellum. That would result in a reduced ability to come up with creative solutions to any problem that you face. It also affects the fear of failure affects the left temporal lobe of the brain. Not only do your fears drag your mood down, but you may suffer from bad memory or poor impulse control as well as mental.
So it's literally like putting it's like putting a virus in your brain, like on a computer. You basically, it doesn't just affect the thing you're working on; it affects the whole computer.
And my left temporal lobe hangs lower than my right one, so I mean that makes it.
No.
The GMC AT4 lineup, premium and capable. Step up to GMC with 2.9% APR for 5 years and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light duty models.
See your Southern California Buick and GMC dealers.
We're all familiar with the 3 arrows of the recycling logo, designed to show continuous, evolving process. But when you deposit your empty bottle or container,
cycle, reduce, reuse, close up the leaf.
That's because you're getting older.
That goes with age. I get
gravity drops all that stuff that's hanging.
Do hang evenly. They never do. When you make a habit of negative thinking, you are rewiring your brain. If you focus on fears and worries, your brain actually changes, physically changes, and strengthens the synapses and neurons that are most closely associated with negative thought. That's why it's so hard to overcome a negative attitude once you're in one, because you have essentially changed the chemistry of your brain.
You got to read this. There's some people in our life that need to hear this.
We were right.
So
you can write your own code.
But check that you can write your own code. But here's the thing: is that like so when you think of all these people that get into the conspiracy theories and stuff, QAnon. That's the same thing. You're rewiring your brain negatively over and over and over and over and over. Pretty soon, you can't get out. We have a couple people in our lives that are just deep, and you give them the facts, and they just nope. And it's because they've rewired. Wow, that's crazy.
Fox News knows this.
Yeah,
there you go. Fox News knows this.
Yeah, Fox News, before I go back to this, Rupert Murdoch was just deposed by Dominion.
Good. I hope they bury him.
Judge that he had to testify, which is a big deal, and people are, many people, myself included, are hoping that this is what takes Fox News down, because this is and the words with Joe Biden, this is a big effing deal, and it's billions of dollars that they are going after Giuliani, Fox News, Christina Bobb, Sydney, what's her Dr. Pepper name, Jenna Ellis, all of them, and they have provable damages.
Yeah.
So,
well, also, it's not even that. I mean, you could actually say, by Fox News promoting the elections of fraud, by Fox News saying all that stuff, it didn't just hurt the company, it hurt the country. I mean, we now have a country that people don't believe, half the country, or 35% believe that it's all fake. And again, their brains rewire people. It's not fake, for God's sakes.
Meta is letting Trump back on Instagram and Facebook. He can talk about the 2020 election negatively. He just can't put out false information about the 2024 election.
So he's going to be on for about one tweet or one post.
Well, I was going to say,
you can retrain the brain.
Okay.
They are reversible. It didn't sound like they were, but
I just got off Twitter and I got it.
You can
quick.
Actually view it as an exercise, a physical exercise, by using optimism to undo the damage caused by years of fear, worry, and anxiety. Scientists have found that positive people have significantly more activity in the prefrontal cortex of their brains. So you have to every day focus on doing it like exercise, like a workout for your brain, and you can change your brain chemistry.
But my question is this: so if you're negative and it wires everything negatively, when a problem comes up, you're going to deal with it negatively. I wonder if you rewire your brain positively, when a problem comes up, you'll even deal with that positively.
I'm glad you asked. As you begin to use optimism and positive affirmations, you will begin firing of neurons and synapses that have not been used very much. Just like physical exercise, as you strengthen your neural pathways, it will then become easier and easier to have a positive attitude.
There you go.
So you have to really fight. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
I wish you touched.
To do this in the beginning. Well, I mean, and then it gets easy.
But I'm always pretty optimistic overall. I am.
Some people's just heads just explode.
I didn't say I was nice. I said I was optimistic.
In
It's
the
different.
broadest
Like,
sense.
Why would we have a studio if I wasn't optimistic? Why would I?
Yeah,
Why
in
would
the
I
broad-
have
yeah.
comedy? Why would I even choose comedy? Basically, deep down, I'm optimistic.
Can you do all that?
You're
Yes.
perfectly optimistic.
Okay, what? So my brain is just glitching.
Speaking of being healthy and taking care of your body, this episode brought to you by Athletic Greens.
Oh,
I said this last time.
gotta use something.
Athletic Greens, I actually wrote out my New Year's resolutions. I don't usually do that.
Wow.
I don't believe in them, probably because
You never followed
when
them.
I do them. And my sister sent me a book and stickers and stuff to make a vision book for the year. And because she did one last year, speaking of positive thinking, and she went back and they had all come true. And so Athletic Greens is on my New Year's resolution list this year, not because it's hard to do, it's committing to remember to do it, right? So it's helped me to do it every morning. I do it first thing. I think it's so good to have it on an empty stomach. I'm not a doctor, but for me, it helps. I wanted better gut health. I was really having trouble with energy.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I live with you. Yeah.
I was like, shut up.
Dude.
Yeah. Like sometimes it's hard to walk up the stairs, but obviously I was having health problems too. But I think really during the pandemic, I had stopped really taking care of myself as well as far as diet. I wasn't getting the things I needed.
I was always optimistic you were going to make it up the stairs.
And quickly.
Take this. Sign them.
It helps you with energy to work out.
Yeah. I feel better overall. I feel look better every time you give me after that greens in the morning. It's easy to take, which is such a. Because by the way, I've had stuff in the past where I avoided taking it just because it tasted like crap. This stuff, I thought it tastes so good. I'm fine with it.
Yes, I took this because it's on my New Year's resolution. They have travel packs, and I took those when we went to Aunt Kathy's last week, and I knew Aunt Kathy was going to be feeding us pure cheese and alcohol, and that was not wrong. And
She made a turkey out of salami. It's the weirdest thing ever.
she legit handed me crackers that the entire ingredient was fried Parmesan cheese. That was the cracker.
And then she said,
Wow.
These are high in they're very good for you. Look at the protein. And he goes, they're very high in cheese.
Exactly.
They're higher in cheese. than
Ignore all
protein.
the other
So
ingredients.
Aunt Kathy is like, she doesn't always like eat the healthiest stuff.
crap.
And so she saw me doing this, and she always likes to try things. If
Huh?
I'm doing something that's helping, she said, can I try that? I want to see if I can drink that because it's green.
Yeah.
When you shake it up, it's one scoop in a shaker bottle with some water. And she poured some in a glass and chugged it, and she was like, wow, that's really good. Can you send me some?
Wow.
Because anybody that advertises with us, all are people that we know want us to send them free stuff.
Yeah.
And the people we advertise for, hey, can you guys send us more free stuff?
Right. Well, if you can convert Aunt Kathy, anybody could be converted, right?
That's what you guys don't understand. Aunt Kathy loves sugar and cheese and salami. And Aunt Kathy's she looks very healthy. She's tall and thin, but she likes not healthy stuff. And so I couldn't believe it. I was like, well, there's my testimonial right there. So you don't have to take all the other supplements. You don't have to take a bunch of pills, a bunch of vitamins. You just do this one scoop. You get 75 vitamins, minerals, whole food source ingredients of the highest quality. And you can get from just doing this one thing a day, gut and mood support, boosted energy, and even healthier skin, hair, and nails. I mean, what? So if you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs, like I had for Aunt Kathy, with your first purchase. Just go to athleticgreens.com/Titus. That's athleticgreens.com/Titus.
I always want to point out that the guy that invented this specifically, I always when people invent something not out of, I want to make $1 million, but out of a necessity. The guy had gut problems, and he worked and worked and worked till something that helped him, and it worked it out. Then he figured out that it was the most healthy thing, and it wasn't someone said, let's do a product, let's do a health product. He's like, no, I need to fix my health, and then it happened to become a product. That's what I like the most about it.
I think he said he was spending like over $100 a day to take all the
supplements. Yeah.
So athleticgreens.com/Titus.
Guys, we it's funny. Can I say something? Because it's still January, so we haven't. I don't think I've said this yet. All the stuff that we got through in COVID, that we did together, that we all busted our ass and got through, that we did the shows we did. It was a blur to me. Do you remember it? Do you really remember it?
Yeah, there's moments that really stick out, like doing the 2 Titus episodes. Those are really
that was
vivid.
Awesome. But that was brilliant. That was I mean, I can't believe it, the skeleton crew we had, and we did that, and all the actors and that. By the way, that was joy. Wasn't that fun?
That was that was us bringing everything we had to the table. Like, we not only did we shoot the show, we edit it together, then we did a live stream live with the crew, simultaneous thing, right after that. So it was a whirlwand. But yeah,
that's all you. I was done by then. I was drinking at that point. I was like, I'm sitting at this table. We're writing the script. Writing the script was, and we did the whole thing. But we always come through. So guys, we're going to be doing another sketch show in March, and we want you to get it. It's going to be $10, and we're going to do another hour show.
Nice.
Because we're going to stay in town to do it because my manager is making me stay in town to get a TV show. So and that's going to happen. See?
There you go.
Rewired.
The inside of that statement was, I'm not working in March.
We're fine. We're fine. I just, I also think that I can do comedy forever, and I'll do it forever. But to have this stuff, to the production that we have to do and stuff, it's really good to learn all that stuff. Because, man, when we do get the next thing, no one can fuck with us. Well, we're gonna have to do it because you guys can't do it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We did sitcom episode. We got it.
We can handle it, and we can do it quick. Yeah.
We're gonna split the money between the 3 of us. There you go. We only need us 3.
Right. Yeah. That was. I feel like we were talking about having the Prince party, right? And Ray, you were talking about the stress involved with the Prince party. But then the point that I was making, I think last week we were talking about it, is that it's a different kind of stress when you are creatively putting something together, writing something, editing something, and changing out the venue, inviting people in here, and then doing a show also, versus just prepping it and having a party. Because it's like you don't have the added stress of the technical side and we need to get the show done and entertain
and then
people.
Put it out
and then
edit it.
So compared to
a couple moments, we had a couple stressful moments where we all held it together. Yeah, we all held it together. There was a couple times
I actually getting the show out. You're right. Like, that was where the stress would come. But the 3 of us in the clubhouse creating and learning something and doing characters, and we laughed. I had the best time ever. I just loved that time.
Yeah.
Me too. And by the way, the next sketch show is going to be awesome. Going to be funnier than anyone we've done, and going to have about 10 sketches. I'm rewiring my brain.
scary.
Us too. Uh-oh.
Meet Avocado's new eco-organic mattress. It's radically affordable and certified organic.
By the way, I like negative Titus better. Positive Titus, yeah. He just won't shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
Like up is down, down is up.
But okay, so I started. All right. So in the midst of me deciding that, and I've been doing this for a couple weeks now, at least 3 or 4 weeks, and with Jet and you, I've been you and you got really annoyed at me once. We had one where I brought it up. I'm like, hey, stop being negative, and you were like, I dropped my scarf. I didn't want to lose my.
Yeah. First of all, I guess it's open season. I'm just airing it. So be very aware that might be painful for you.
I'm used to it. I was raised by Ken Titus.
Right.
Action, like when I dropped a cashmere scarf in the grease at a gas station. It wasn't even that big of a deal. But he won't even have that. You're not in the new Titus world. In Titus 2023, you're not even allowed to instantaneously react with any upset to something like, oh shit, like that.
Right.
And so that did annoy me. So
all I said,
you gotta find a balance.
Well, here's what she was doing though. She was like, I'm an idiot. I can't believe I dropped the scarf. I'm stupid. And I said,
did not.
Yes, she did. And I said, I'll buy you another one. And she's like, I'm gonna be mad right now. I was like, okay.
That's not how it happened. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's like to be married to a comedian that, for a living, embellishes and makes everything sound. My mom did it too. Artists, man. Artists.
You know, you're that too, right? You just did it. You're that too.
No.
Making stuff up.
Yes.
You're on the spectrum.
That's a little bit of a man. That's a guy thing still, that it's hard to get rid of. Like, if you say something's wrong or some kind of like, I just need to like get mad or complain about something, and then we'll immediately go, here's how to fix it. All right, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
And you're right. Sometimes you don't want stuff fixed.
Oh God, I have heard
I just want to express myself. I don't want to hear your solutions.
I have girlfriend nights out where I have heard that 1,000 times.
Yeah,
really.
It is a guy and girl thing, because women, we want to sometimes just tell you and get it off our chest. We don't want you to then start a TED talk on how we.
Yeah.
I've heard you say that to me. I don't need you to fix me right now. That's been said directly to me.
Yeah, no, I just want you to be. We're on the same level. I just want you to listen. My other thing that I hear all the time, I sent him a meme last week, is when a woman tells a guy that she has anxiety or she's stressed, and he tells her to get rid of it by just not worrying. It's like, we're not wired the same way at all.
Yeah. So how do we know when you just want to vent and when you need us, or is it always you just want to vent? You know what I'm saying?
We will say to you, do you help me? I say that to him. Like, he and I have been together so long that there is none of that pride stuff. So when I need help, I'll say to him, I need your help. Can you help me think about this? Or can you help me? Yesterday, I don't remember what I asked you, but I asked you, what do you think I should do in this instance? And you gave me both options. And I was like, that was it.
Yeah, I said, you can do this or this. She goes, I knew that.
I will say women.
But I wasn't sure you didn't want my help. See, I don't see it. No, that's the problem, is that I wasn't sure. You never know. Men walk through this, men walk through this bizarre, dark Alice in Wonderland when we're in a relationship where we're going to get in trouble to help. We're in trouble if we help. Hey, let me fix that. I don't need to be baby. And then if we don't help, we're like, my God, you don't even care about me.
And you're not being protective. Like I won't.
Yeah. There's like a weird thing. By the way, I'm sure men are horrible too. I haven't met any of us that are, but I'm sure we are. I'm sure we're horrible too. Yeah, I wish I was there and you were here, because then I could get away with what I just said. Because I'm gonna hear about that later.
The dynamic is totally different, because I'm like.
But I think, by the way, so I changed my brain to positive.
I'm still listening.
Changed my brain to positive. And remember, I went from saying that, I've done comedy too long, my career's kind of ending. Remember I was talking about that? We just sold out 5 shows. I changed the positive. Not only does it change your brain, but it puts it out in the world. And now we're sold out. And I haven't even done my first show yet.
Well, what actually happened was he was saying my career's over and da-da-da-da-da, and I panicked. So I started pumping out ads like crazy
Oh.
and changing them and adjusting them. So look, it actually works. You just need a wife that is sort of like your pit bull in the corner that takes on all the stress.
I can't tell it. Ken, we gotta promote the show.
And I drop everything.
Well, good job, everybody. We got it done. We sold out 5 shows before the first one started. That's awesome.
So also brought to you by one of our all-time favorite companies, Harry's Razors.
They were there at the beginning.
We still, like Harry's, we are so closely identified with Harry's by so many listeners that people bring it up in emails all the time. People bring it up at shows all the time. It's like us and Harry's Razors. People think of us together.
Still the best razors I've ever used. I actually opened a new body wash at the house the other day, and I was excited. I was like, oh, Stone, all right.
My dad is currently on, bottle 2 of the giant case of Harry's products that
It's so weird that he didn't send it back. That's how good they are. Your dad, you accidentally sent him basically a gross of razors and body wash or whatever.
He had no shame in it. And he's like the most conservative.
Not at all. Thank you. He was like,
use Harry's products. They don't give you a little body wash. They give you, it's huge. It's a giant. That big around.
It's like a big gulp of body wash.
Just 8 body washes in that box, plus razors, plus the handle. It was a lot.
You kept them. I love them.
Man, you can go, you can cut, you can stop being a Sasquatch Highlander. You could become a competitive swimmer if you wanted.
I don't like that when you're racist against Yetis and security.
Just squeak. You guys could swim professionally.
That would be Harry's Razors all over everything. I don't know about that.
Just thanks to Harry's, when I'm naked, I look like a seal. I know, albino seal, but a seal nonetheless.
It includes, if you get the trial set, which my dad did also get in that box, a 5-blade German-engineered razor, the weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and the travel cover, which I love. I used to use it, and then I realized how awesome it is. Because it also is vented, so it lets your razor dry when it's in your toilet kit, which is genius.
And it doesn't. Your razor doesn't get crap on it, like from the other stuff that you toilet kit. It doesn't get toothpaste on it. It doesn't get
You don't cut yourself in your brush with a razor. And you guys know we love all their products. He's obsessed with. You currently have 8 hair pastes.
Yes, I
have it. We have.
I went through panic with it. So when they first came out, you couldn't get them.
Yeah.
So I would stop by a Target or whatever, and I would grab as many as I can. And I looked as we left. Actually, I was packing one, and it's 2 stacks of 4, and that I'm not using. And I'm like, okay.
Other people are worried about toilet paper.
Yeah, I'm good for the apocalypse. My hair, I may smell like crap because I actually, I don't have toilet paper, but my hair is going to be awesome.
I keep wanting, and when we do these ads, I keep forgetting. I want to take a picture of his shower shelf, and it is all Harry's products, all 7, I think. I counted 7 or 8 you have in the shower with. It's just 2 kinds of the shampoo, several flavors of the body wash. What else is it?
Razors up.
Oh, the razor.
The cube.
The cube.
The cube.
It's ridiculous. So.
I am a slut for Harry's, I'll be honest.
No matter how your new you is sharp all year long with Harry's, get a $15 trim and shave trial set that I told you guys about with those things in it for just $3 at harrys.com/bombshell. That's harrys.com/BOMBSHELL. for a $3 trial set. $3, you get everything that we listed. Let me say it again. Because we talked about all the other products. You get 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shade gel, and the travel cover.
And you can't. That's how we converted so many people. They for $3 you order. They're like, I can't believe how good.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, so easy.
Yeah, right.
Also, just try it, and it's all really great prices too.
It's kind of when it comes to the body, that's all I use really.
It's all Harry's in the shower. Adam Schiff, Eric Swalwell, and Katie Porter are all running for that California Senate seat.
It's not good.
It's not going to be good. But Adam Schiff just got kicked off of the
Intelligence Committee. Yeah, and Marjorie Taylor Greene got put on it. That's the most ironic sentence anybody has ever said.
Yeah.
Anything with the word intelligence on it, she should be nowhere near. This should
security and oversight. It's actually, I'm really scared.
Yeah, it's fucking.
When you give evil stupid power, it uses that power evil and stupidly. You know, I think we've lost our way. And this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What is wrong? And I'm not look, just assholes around the world. And I get that we have good people, bad people. I'm angry at the people that voted for these idiots. Like at one point, can you put party aside and go, that's a good dude, I'll suffer through Democratic policy he has for 2 years till we get someone good. Because the Republican Party, here's what I think is going to happen. They've got so many psychopaths between Boebert and this guy Santos and Green and even McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy. Go SAR. The guy, but McCarthy.
Schiff, Eric Swalwell, and Katie Porter are all running for that California Senate seat. It's not going to be good. But Adam Schiff just got kicked off of the
Intelligence Committee. Yeah, and Marjorie Taylor Greene got put on it. That's the most ironic sentence anybody has ever said. Yeah. Anything with the word intelligence on it, she should be nowhere near. This should
security and oversight. It's actually, I'm really scared.
When you give evil stupid power, it uses that power evil and stupidly. You know, I think we've lost our way. And this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. What is wrong? And I'm not look, just assholes around the world. And I get that we have good people, bad people. I'm angry at the people that voted for these idiots. Like at one point, can you put party aside and go, that's a good dude, I'll suffer through Democratic policy he has for 2 years till we get someone good. Because the Republican Party, here's what I think is going to happen. They've got so many psychopaths between Boebert and this guy Santos and Green and even McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy. Go SAR. The guy, but McCarthy's district is in the top 10 crime cities in America, and he's like, we're going to fix it. Fix what? How about you handle your own shit? And so what I think is going to happen is, if you give evil and stupid power, it also acts crazy. So these are not people that are going to calm down. These are people that are going to ruin it. And I think I'm betting in the next 2 years, the basically what's going to happen is Republican is going to lose the presidency, and the Republican we're going to have a Democratic House and Senate because they're peeling people off. Even on the Republican side, you're going to always have the hardcore psychos, right? You're always going to have the hardcore QAnon people. Yeah. But like Uncle Dennis, there's people that I know that are hardcore right wing that are that there's a line where they just go, I go to church and I'm a good person and this person is lying. They're obviously not, and they just won't vote for him. They are not going to tell anybody, but they'll go into the booth and they'll vote, or they won't vote at all, which is the same.
I'm sure there's a Venn diagram somewhere that's got evil, stupid, and then
that is Republican where it matches. Yeah. And I hate to be, people always get so mad at me, you go, Titus, you're such a liberal. No, I'm really independent. It just currently at this point in history, the people that are doing the job that we pay them for with our taxes are the Democrats. Yeah. And these other fuckers are putting in liars and psychopaths and people that just got their GED 4 months before they got into Congress. So guess what? I'm not going for those people. Would you? And if you do, you're a fucking moron.
When did we become so tribal, like, here?
I guess we always have. I think it's instinctual. I think human beings are tribal, period. What's funny to me is, like, when you even go to like in Africa, the Hutus and the Tutsis were fighting. It's the same people. They look the same. They're exactly the same people.
But we didn't here in the United States. We weren't this divided. I mean, it's such a cliche now, but we're so divided now. We're so tribalistic now. Maybe it's.
But yeah, and you're right. And we did pride ourselves on being a melting pot for so long. And then someone said, "No, we're really a salad bowl." But I can live with that too.
Coming up in Schaumburg Improv, another club that we love, at the end of February, and it looks like we're going to be adding a date in a local gig, Pasadena, at the beginning of March, and also Brea Improv. So check out ChristopherTitus.com for those dates.
And then we'll give you the exact date for the sketch show, guys, coming up. We'll probably do it in the second or third week of March. Are we got our time? All right, guys, we have some stuff we got to do here in Denver.
He's got to get an ID.
I was so excited. They just kept so when you go to the comedy club, I'm the headliner this week, so they just kept refilling my glass, and I didn't argue with that.
I'm the headliner. Actually, he was drinking that wine when I was the headliner.
That's true, because I was enjoying the show so much.
Obviously, he had to get hammered.
Guys, the only way this changes is if you do rewire your brains. You know, we just it's scientifically it's proven that if you rewire your brain and use positive, you actually use more of your brain, you make better decisions, and actually you're smarter. So why aren't you doing that? Thanks for listening to...
So, speaking of being positive, now to Highlander for...
Oh, I forgot.
Fun
Ladies and
facts.
gentlemen, now it's Highlanders.
Fun facts. Fun facts. It's time for Highlanders Fun Facts.
Fun facts.
Wow, we did that.
Right?
We did it better on Zoom.
That was cross distance. Yeah. What you got?
Here's something really uplifting and fun, and it's almost Easter time. There's an island in Japan that is only inhabited by bunnies.
Oh.
Aww. And yes, you can visit there if you want. And it's not called Easter Island.
That's the beginning of like the next Jurassic Park movie. That'd be so awesome.
Right. They're giant ones.
Yeah. What's the guy? The guy who talks really weird. What's his? Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
He
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum. He's like, I'm tired of the dinosaurs. I don't want to deal with dinosaurs. They're crazy. So I'm going to Bunny Island. And then again, some scientists, and then they're massive bunnies that killed Jeff Goldblum. That would be I would go to Bunny Island too. I want a T-shirt that says that.
I had a dream last night that I bought a really fluffy, furry, floppy-eared bunny, and I'm not even smoking weed in Denver. It was
Denver is basically a 24/7 contact item.
Oh yeah.
I told him pioneers of everything too. Mushrooms now. I said, I'm coming to a place where I'm thirsty, ashy, and sweaty. Been really.
Oh, because of the air, yeah.
Yeah, altitude. Don't you get? That's why Daddy never gets hungover. He's Ken Titus Jr., but he forgot when you're at altitude. It's some people say you have to double the number. Like, so if he has one glass, it's like 2.
Yeah.
Some people say times 3. So if you drink, 4 glasses, it's like a couple bottles of wine to us because we're at sea level.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm building up my my resistance.
He's an Olympic athlete. Alcoholist.
No.
He is a training.
I'm done. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the Titus podcast. Please go to ChristopherTitus.com to see what's coming up. We've got a lot of good shows coming up, and this new show is probably I don't know. You liked it when you're rare with compliments, and you like this show better than anything I've done. I'm rewiring her brain too.
Really killed.
I don't think it works on others. You have to.
By the way, if you guys want to get the Scream Sanity merch for the podcast, go to ChristopherTitus.com. It's on there. And we also have DVDs. And if you guys want to get those, we'll sign them. We'll send them to you. And thanks again. You want to say anything else?
I'll have to check. Watch it. Let it play. Let it roll. Give it a good review on Amazon.
You'll click like a rooski. Highlander, your album is where?
Go to thewillingbureau.com. See all of the our new music.
Can you give us, so next week, let's get a little clip of it.
Okay.
Give me something.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do a little sample Ruski. Let's say some albums.
And he's obviously considering dating because he did ask some questions during this podcast about what do women want as far as, see?
I was taking notes.
They not, so I think it's in his brain. Maybe it's because of that Ukrainian single ad.
Yeah, man.
Maybe.
Ukrainian singles, man, you could just bring them to your house, and as long as they're not getting bombed, they'll be so happy.
I made a screenshot of it. I mean, I'm good for a couple days on that screenshot. So.
He had setting you up. I forgot. And I texted him and asked him for a picture when I was there, and he sent a picture of young Brad Pitt, and I said back, you look fat in that picture. But Aunt Kathy has someone. We think it's going to be perfect.
This always works out.
Yeah.
A long distance thing?
Yeah.
Is it?
No, she's in Northern California, so it's
long distance.
That's long distance.
It's drivable, but you
he needs somebody. No, he needs somebody like in North Hollywood.
I know North Hollywood. I need, not across the street, but the next block.
I was gonna say I've seen a couple over there that obviously are looking.
Yeah, very available. Yes.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell, Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Out.
Your tools are your